5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Flight. Everything is looking nominal right now. Now coming up, we're going to have 3 events happening in rapid succession. The first is MECO, which stands for Main Engine Cutoff. That is where all 9 of the Falcon 9 first stage engines will shut down. That'll be followed by stage separation. That's where stage 1 will separate from stage 2. And then we'll have SES1, or second engine start 1. That is where that MVAC engine, that Berlin vacuum engine on stage 2 is going to ignite and carry stage 2 onto orbit. We hear that MVAC chill is looking good. That's where we bleed a little bit of that super cold liquid oxygen into the engine.
Set shutdown. MECO. Stage separation.
And as you can hear by the applause and see on your screen, we've had a successful stage separation and ignition of that second stage MVAC engine. Now coming up in about 25 seconds, we're going to have fairing deploy. So those fairing halves are going to split away from stage 2 and make their way down to Earth. And stage 2 will continue on with the T satellite onto its parking orbit. MVAC-D had a really solid startup, and all of the temperatures are looking really good. Burn is going nominally right now. Successful separation of that fairing. Once we get into the vacuum of space, we don't need it anymore, so we get rid of that extra mass. As you just heard, second stage is on a nominal trajectory. Now, there are going to be 2 stage 2 burns for this mission. The first is this one that is taking the spacecraft to its parking orbit. Once it shuts down, it'll coast for about 18 minutes before relighting over the equator to raise T to its deployment orbit, geostationary transfer orbit. Now, while stage 2 is due 3rd time later this year, as mentioned before, this is possible due to those Block 5 upgrades, which brings SpaceX closer to its goal of full and rapid rocket reusability. Stage 2 is still looking beautifully. We're going to have that landing burn, that last and final burn on stage 1. It's going to begin at about a minute or so. And then, as I mentioned earlier, just a couple seconds after that, we're going to have SECO 1. Stands for Second Engine Cut Off 1.
Stage 1 transonic.
Falcon 9 is in terminal guidance.
So while we may have lost the view of the drone ship, the view of stage 1, we did get the call out that stage 1 is transonic, and it's making its way on down to the drone ship right now. So hopefully we'll get that camera view back.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Landing burn has begun. Let's see what we get. So we lost the video right there, but hopefully we will get that back. Hopefully, but we have heard that we've had a successful second engine cutoff and that stage 2 is in a good orbit. Hopefully we can get a view on that drone ship if everything stabilizes, but if not, we'll give you an update on the status of the first stage once we get it. What we're hearing right now is that stage 2 is in a good orbit. It's in its nominal parking orbit. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a break. As you can hear, we got it. Awesome. This is the second landing of this booster. Landed successfully on board. Of course, I still love you. So that burn should be starting in about 15 seconds. Orbit. So payload separation should be in about 15 seconds. We'll be able to see it live, hopefully, with the sun behind it, giving it a nice backlight. And successful separation.
Separation confirmed.
As we just heard, payload separation confirmed. 35 seconds away from liftoff, and Falcon 9 is moving into the final stages of the countdown. The first and second stages are nearly fully loaded with 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. The first stage